wasn't giving it up. So this is going to be an awesome conference finals.
On the other side of this, though, Anthony Edwards and Minnesota's season comes to an end in a 30-point blowout. But this series was competitive. I certainly didn't think it was going to come to 6 games. Yeah, you did. Initially, I didn't think so, but after those first couple games, I was like, okay, now wait a minute. What can the Wolves really take from this season as they go into the summer?
Me?
Yeah. Me?
Space. Look, we just have a saying in Miami, keep the main thing, which meant make your best player the best player on the planet. We learned that the hard way playing against Dallas when we lost to them, right? Playing 2 bigs next to Bron and D. That didn't work. When we opened up that floor, the world got to see the true LeBron James. And that's what we need to see from Ant, because he's unstoppable. Look at what he's doing without a ton of space. And for some reason, some way they can find where they always keep, at least 3 shooters next to him with a big and sometimes 4 shooters out on that floor. I mean, look at the plays Fox got to make tonight with Wemby out on the floor. Like, he was walking to the rim on some of those plays. Think about Ant Edwards if he's playing next to a space 5.
Right.
Like, that's scary to think about. So I don't know how they're going to do it. This is where the guys upstairs get paid the big bucks. But I think while you got an Ant Edwards growing in your building, you got to figure out a way to keep him the main thing and build the right kind of team around him.
I love that he did touch to DJ on his health. They asked him, what are you going to do? Dude, this is the most hurt you've been in your entire career. And he said, yeah, of course. I'm going to get in there, make sure that my entire body is right. Because obviously he's still scratching the surface, I think, of his full breadth and depth here, DeAndre.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he just finished his 6th season, and he's one of the best players our league has ever seen. And you just see, like, the maturity that he's starting to develop, and it's awesome to see that from a young guy. He shouted out DiVincenzo. You talk about the spacing. He gets double teamed. He sees so many different coverages throughout the course of the season, especially in the playoffs. We know how the game slows down. And he talked about being able to pass the ball to DiVincenzo, find him in slots, Nas Reed in slots. And when he has that space, he's able to get downhill like that and attack the paint. When they do come over, he's a willing passer. So I think that he's going to respond the right way this summer, take care of his body, and I think they'll be back in the next season.
Yeah. And I think if he adds anything to his game, it's got to be post up, elbow post, Karl Malone area post up, where he's doing stuff with a live bounce and he can't get double teamed there. It's a lot like what Cade did in Detroit this last game.
All right, so here's what's next for us. Looking ahead at the West Finals, the top 2 seeds will face each other as many expected. The Spurs and Thunder played 5 times this season, with San Antonio winning 4 of those 5. The Spurs had a statistical advantage, but OKC hasn't lost a game yet this postseason. All right, early read on this series, other than I just got my popcorn ready, DeAndre. That's it.
I'm hoping it goes 7. This is probably going to be what people are going to say is going to be the championship. And that's no disrespect to the teams.
No. Right.
I think that, these teams have probably been playing some of the best basketball throughout the entire season. They've both been ready. They're young teams up and coming, and you see that same thing in Detroit. But I think that OKC is looking to defend their championship, and San Antonio is looking to challenge them for it. And I think that, this is going to be must-see basketball. I'm hoping it's a long, drawn-out series.
The drama, because you got to admit the Spurs handled them during the regular season. And, I do like the McCain move and getting more guard play around Shea to match up with all of those guards for the Spurs. So that's going to be really interesting. I really do think that series comes down to 2 guys for OKC. And I said this before. Alex Caruso, Chet Holmgren. Chet's got to play at a level comparable, where it's not just Wemby just dominates him. He has to play at an all-star, somewhere near all-star level, and Caruso got to make shots, and Wemby's hiding.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Puppies. Young pups.
Fierce ones, though. All right, hey, we'll hear from Steph Castle next on the Association postgame. More coverage for you right here. Don't go. Wemby, 19 points on the night.
A lefty jump hook, no big deal.
Midway through the 3rd, here comes Castle again.
If that just becomes, if he gets that, where it's just like at a high level, that's scary, man.
All right, we're in the 4th now.
And Harper.
Oh, Champagne, hello.
That's what he does.
He had a little more in him, too. Barnes over to Champagny.
Damn.
Wait, he was talking to somebody. Not to A-Rod.
A-Rod, no.
I'm screaming. Spurs win 139-109, the final score. A-Rod couldn't really say anything, to be honest. He barely looked up. Huge win and a big statement for the Spurs. All 5 Spurs starters scored in double figures, led by Stephon Castle, who joined Tim Duncan, David Robinson, George Gervin, and Manu Ginobili as the only Spurs with 30, 10, and 5 in.
And again, I'm not being